Here's what I need you to understand about fire. It doesn't destroy what's meant to remain. It only burns what was already complete, what was already finished, what was already done, and what was never really yours to begin with.
Welcome to the Anniston Riekstins Show. This space is created for the woman coming home to her voice, her power, her way. For the woman remembering who she really is, beneath the noise, beneath the roles, beneath the world's expectations. I'm Anniston, transformational guide, spiritual teacher, best-selling author, and creator, here to walk beside you, to share stories, wisdom, and energy that guide you back home. Here, we lead from the inside out. We create from overflow, not hustle. We rise not by becoming someone else, but by remembering who we've always been. This isn't just a podcast. It's a homecoming. So let's dive in.
Welcome back to the Anniston Riekstins Show. I'm Anniston, and if you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad that you found this episode. This is our April energetic preview, and I have to say, I have been looking forward to recording this one a little bit more than usual because April is not a regular month, and I want to make sure you go into it with your eyes wide open. So grab a cup of coffee or some tea and get comfortable. Let's talk about what's actually happening and what that means for you. Before we talk about April, I just want to acknowledge where we've been so far in 2026, because I don't think we can talk about where we're going without honoring what we've just come through. The first few months of 2026 have been, and I say this with full awareness of how it sounds, a full soul course correction. That's the only language that I can find for it. We came out of a 9 universal year of the snake in 2025, a year of completion, releasing, and endings. And a lot of us thought, okay, 2026 is a 1 year, new beginnings, let's go. And then January hit and February hit, and it felt less like a fresh start and more like WTF is happening in my life. We had eclipse energy running for nearly 6 weeks. And eclipse energy doesn't just shake things up, it accelerates karmic completion. It burns away what you've been carrying that was never actually yours to carry, which is the old agreements, the inherited patterns, the version of yourself that you've been performing for so long that you forgot it was a performance. For me personally, and I'm sharing this because I think you'll relate, the beginning of this year felt deeply disorienting. Like things I thought were solid started shifting in ways that I didn't choose. My work felt like it was being stress tested. There were moments of genuine fog where I couldn't see what was coming next, and I had to just trust that the ground was still there even when I couldn't feel it. And then slowly, clarity started arriving. Not all at once, not in this like dramatic lightning bolt moment, but more like quietly. Like the fog was lifting and something underneath it was becoming visible that had been there the whole time. If any of that resonates, the disorientation, the things falling away, the exhaustion that isn't physical, the sense that something fundamental is being rearranged, I want you to hear this. Nothing went wrong. Everything went exactly according to a design you're just now beginning to see. That was the clearing. What's coming now is the new ground. So let's talk about April. And I want to start with the sky because what's happening astrologically right now is genuinely unprecedented. And I don't use that word lightly. So here is your high-level cosmic snapshot. We have a remarkable number of planets currently in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, the sign of the self, the identity, and initiation. Neptune has been there since January and stays until 2039. Saturn moved in February and stays until 2028. Chiron, who is the wounded healer, has been there since 2018 and reaches its most powerful, most illuminated moment of the entire transit on April 16th. And then in April, specifically, the Sun, Mars, and Mercury all move through Aries too. So in the middle weeks of this month, we have 6, eventually will be 7 celestial bodies simultaneously in the sign of the self. 6 in Aries at the same time. And on April 25th, Uranus, the planet of disruption and awakening, moves into Gemini, which means every single generation shaping outer planet will have shifted into fire and air signs. This is the age of Aquarius becoming real, not as a concept, but as an actual event. And here's what I want you to feel from that. Even if you don't track every planet, the collective energy has shifted from water and earth, from feeling and processing and holding and enduring into fire and air, into action and identity and courage and voice and movement. We are done enduring. April is the month we begin becoming. And layered on top of all this, we are in the year of the fire horse in the Chinese calendar. The fire horse only comes around once every 60 years. The last one was 1966. Fire horse energy is bold, it's fierce, it moves fast, and it does not ask permission. It does not dim itself. It does not wait. East and West, ancient and modern, every wisdom tradition pointing in the same direction. It is time. And then there's the numerology, which as always confirms everything. 2026 is a one universal year. It's the beginning of a brand new 9-year cycle. And the number of identity, self-leadership, and starting something that has never existed before. And April is a 5 universal month in this one universal year. The 5 is the most pattern disrupting number in the entire cycle. It is freedom seeking, restless, and deeply uncomfortable for anyone who has built their life around being steady and reliable and contained. Because the 5 doesn't care about comfortable. It cares about what's real, what's true. A 5-month inside of 1 year is one of the most potent identity shift windows in the entire 9-year cycle. So this is not a coincidence. The numbers and the sky are having the same conversation. So with all of that as our context, let me take you through the 4 major themes of April and how you can best navigate them. Hey sister, let's take a quick pause because I want to tell you about something I have just released. It is a free numerology quiz called Uncover the Hidden Patterns Shaping Your Life. And all you need is your date of birth. Here's what you're going to walk away with. Your life path number, the curriculum you came here to master, and clarity on the hidden pattern that has been quietly running your life without you even knowing it was there. Because once you can see it, you can stop blaming yourself for it. You realize it was never a you problem. It was just a pattern you hadn't seen clearly yet. And once you can see it, you can actually do something about it. One of my clients said it best. She said, Anniston didn't just tell me about my path. She helped me remember it. That is what this quiz does. The link is in the show notes. It is free and it is worth every minute. Now back to the episode. The first theme is the old design is cracking open. Saturn and Neptune together in Aries are doing something very specific right now. Saturn wants to know what you're building on. Neptune wants to dissolve anything that was never actually solid. And when they work together in the sign of the self, they don't go after your behaviors or your habits. They go after your freaking identity. The foundational beliefs you've been operating from about who you are and what you're allowed to have. This is why April might feel like the ground is shifting even when nothing external has changed. The structure isn't collapsing. The design is being revealed. And for a lot of women, what's being revealed is that the design was never theirs to begin with. You were handed a blueprint early by your family, your culture, the version of success you were supposed to want, and you've been building on it ever since. Not because you chose it, but because it was just there. And April is the month that blueprint becomes visible. And once you can see it, you can decide what's worth keeping and what was never yours to begin with. So it's actually a gift. On April 16th, Chiron reaches its Kazemi, which is its most illuminated moment of this entire 8-year transit through Aries. And Chiron is the wounded healer. And the Kazemi is when the wound stops being the story and starts becoming the medicine. For 8 years since 2018, Chiron has been moving through Aries, working on wounds around identity, courage, and the right to exist as yourself, fully and unapologetically. And for so many women listening to this, you have done the work, the therapy, the courses, this inner excavation. The years of trying to understand yourself, to heal yourself, to become yourself, and April 16th is a threshold. The healing is no longer a preparation for something else. It is becoming the thing that you are here to transmit. what you have lived through, what you have learned by surviving it. Someone else needs exactly that. And April is the month you begin to feel that shift in your body. The second theme is the identity reset is real, and it's right on time. A 5 universal month inside a 1 universal year is not a gentle nudge toward change. It is one of the most potent identity shift windows in the entire 9-year cycle. So if you've felt restless lately, impatient in a way you can't fully explain, like something is trying to move through you, but your current life is maybe too small to hold, that is not a problem, but it is a signal. The version of you that you've been quietly becoming is asking for more room. And the identity you've been living inside, the one built on the old design, is getting a little too tight. You will never outperform the way that you see yourself. And April is the month the way that you see yourself is being asked to expand. Not into someone new, into someone more fully, more honestly, more completely you. And the fourth theme, freedom is not the destination, it's the design. This is the one I most want you to sit with because it's the one that changes everything. Most of us have a complicated relationship with fire, with boldness, with taking up space in a way that doesn't ask permission first. We learned early to keep our fire contained, to be the steady one, to be the reliable one, the one who warms the room but never lets herself burn. Well, the fire horse doesn't work like that. Fire horse energy is the sun. It gives constantly without asking for anything in return. It doesn't dim to make the room comfortable. It just shines. And here's what I need you to understand about fire. It doesn't destroy what's meant to remain. It only burns what was already complete, what was already finished, what was already done, and what was never really yours to begin with. So when April feels like too much, like things are cracking or falling away or moving faster than you can track because it's going to be fast, that is not a warning. That is fire doing exactly what fire does. And it is not burning your life down. It is burning the design you were handed by someone else, the one that fit the role but never quite fit you. The discomfort of April is not a warning. It's a compass. So follow it. Before I let you go, I want to make sure you know about something I have built for exactly this kind of month. It's called Uncover the Hidden Patterns Shaping Your Life. It is a free quiz, and it is not a personality test. It is not an archetypal just label. It is a mirror. And it's going to show you the specific pattern you have been living inside, the one that's been quietly running in the background of every single ceiling that you've hit. Every loop that you've found yourself in, every moment where you got close and then somehow didn't quite land where you wanted to, it will give that pattern a name. And when something has a name, it has a door through it to the other side. This quiz takes about 3 minutes. The link is in the show notes. Go take it after you finish this episode, or honestly, just pause right now and go and take it. I'll be here when you get back. So just as a reminder, April is a month for pattern recognition. And this quiz was built for exactly this, and it's why I'm launching it now. We don't get to choose the sky that we're born into, but we do get to choose how consciously we walk through the door when the era is changing. And April is a big, big door. And everything you've called a pattern, a ceiling, a flaw, something you cannot seem to break no matter how hard you try, it has a name. And once you shine a light on it, that light will set you free. The quiz is in the show notes. Take it, and I'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for being here, beautiful soul. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to pass it along to another woman who might need these words today. And if you feel called, it would mean so much if you would take a moment to rate and review this podcast. It's one of the best ways to support this work and help these messages reach more women who are ready to remember who they are. And if you'd like to stay connected or share what's landing for you, come find me over on Instagram. I'd love to meet you there. Until next time, keep trusting your rhythm, keep honoring your voice, and keep becoming the woman you were always meant to be.